The plastic doll is a common household item that kids all over the world love to play with. But dolls are not just for kids. It is the second largest collector's item. The Alexander Doll Company sells almost 500,000 dolls in one year. Just like almost every other durable good, the plastic doll goes through many steps to become the final product. This is called the product's life cycle analysis. The materials needed to make a plastic doll are plastic pellets, which are made out of resin. The pellets are synthetic and stock materials. The paints used are composite and stock materials. Nylon is used to make the hair for the dolls. It is a synthetic and stock material. Before you can start to make the plastic doll, there must be a blueprint for it. Once a blueprint is created, it will be plugged into the computer software CAD, computer-aided design, which will create a prototype of the plastic doll. To make a plastic doll, the software CAM, computer-aided manufacturing, is not needed. Once there is a full design for the doll, the manufacturing process can begin. The first step of the manufacturing system is conditioning. The plastic pellets are heated until they have formed into a liquid. The next step is molding and casting. During this step, the molds are made into the shapes of arms, legs, heads, and bodies. One job that is included in making the dolls is to overlook the molding process. The liquid plastic is then poured into the molds, and once the plastic is cooled into solid form again, it is removed from the molds. The tool that is used in the molding process is a rotomold. It ensures that the molds are completely covered in the plastic before it hardens, for melted plastic dries quickly. There is no extra plastic hanging off the sides that the end user could chew on. The required tolerance for the molds are small, for extra plastic could lead to a deformed doll. 60 molds can be used at the same time. Once the plastic is cooled, the doll parts are taken out of the molds. The arms, legs, heads, and eyes are interchangeable parts. Once all of the body parts are made, they are put on an assembly line to be assembled. One of the tools used in the manufacturing process is an electric screwdriver. The worker with the job of tightening the screws presses a button that makes the screwdriver start. By using a robotic screwdriver, it is a faster and safer way to ensure that screws are properly tightened. If done by hand, a screw might loosen and a child, otherwise known as the end user, could swallow it. The screwdriver will ensure that the screws do not over-tighten and penetrate into the plastic doll. The required tolerance for the screws is not too strict because if a screw does come out, it is easy for a consumer to put back. This robot is used to stretch the plastic in order to put the eyes into the doll head. The job of putting in the eyes now go by much faster, and the workers won't hurt themselves when trying to stretch the plastic. This tool helps ensures that the eyes will not come out when the end user is playing with it. Plastic can overstretch easily, so this tool ensures that it doesn't. There are stricter required tolerances for this tool because if an eye does come out, the doll is ruined. Next is the separating process. All extra thread and plastic is trimmed. The last step of the manufacturing process of making a doll is the finishing. One job that is included in this process is painting the doll's facial features. Another job is sewing on the hair. This takes a special sewing machine to properly attach the nylon hair. The machine allows the hair not to rip when being sewed. The hair has a larger required tolerance, for if a couple strands are loose, it is not a big deal. The end users are usually children, which are rough on their toys, so the hair must be properly sewed in. Once it is sewed into the head, the hair is trimmed and styled. To ensure that the product is made correctly, there is quality control. This includes spot checking the dolls during molding, checking the paint and for any sharp plastic that sticks out, and looking for small parts that could be inhaled. Before being packaged, the dolls are put through a metal detector. All dolls must meet the toy standard made by the United States Consumer Product Safety. When making dolls, the input is the plastic pellets. The process is heating the pellets, making the mold, using the mold, assembling the parts, and packaging the doll. The output is the doll and thrown away plastic parts, but the ultimate goal is the doll. The feedback is how many dolls were made in one day. The thrown away plastic will not break down in the trash. Therefore, it slowly accumulates with the rest of the thrown away plastic in the world, polluting the land and oceans. This is an unintended consequence.